Dear students, in the last lectures we have discussed about the characteristic features of adsorption and different types of adsorptions, which are physisorption and chemisorption. Now let us discuss about the factors influencing adsorption. The important factors which influence adsorption are nature of the adsorbate gas, nature of the adsorbent solid, pressure and temperature. Nature of the adsorbate gas. Easily liquefiable gases can form strong intermolecular forces with the adsorbent surface so that they are physisorbed to a greater extent than other gases. Example, sulfur dioxide, ammonia, etc. They are easily liquefiable gases. They are physisorbed to greater extent compared to that of gases like hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. In the case of chemisorption, the gases which are capable of forming chemical bonds or which can combine chemically with the adsorbent surface will have high adsorption rate. Next factor is nature of the adsorbent solid. In nature of the adsorbent solid, there are two factors, surface area and activation of the adsorbent. Coming to surface area, the greater the surface area per unit mass of the adsorbent, the greater is the extent of adsorption. This is because with increase in surface area, there is an increase in residual forces. Hence, for example, a metal will show greater efficiency as an adsorbent when it is in the finely divided form than in the bulk form. Similarly, porous materials like charcoal, silica gel, etc. are also good adsorbents. The extent of adsorption increases when the adsorbate is activated by suitable methods. The adsorbing power, for example, the adsorbing power of charcoal increases when it is heated in superheated steam, that is activated charcoal has a higher adsorption capacity than ordinary charcoal. Next comes pressure and temperature. The influence of pressure on adsorption is studied at constant temperature and the influence of temperature on adsorption is studied at constant pressure. So first comes pressure. So what is an isotherm? What is an isothermal process? The process which occurs at constant temperature is called an isothermal process. What is an isotherm? A graphical representation or a mathematical expression showing the relationship between the mass of the gas adsorbed per unit mass of the adsorbent and the equilibrium pressure of the gas at constant temperature is called an adsorption isotherm. The graph is shown here. In this graph, along y-axis we will plot the ratio x by m. X is the mass of the adsorbate and m is the mass of the adsorbent. So x by m gives the mass of the adsorbate per unit mass of the adsorbent. And along x-axis we will plot pressure. So x by m ratio is plotted against pressure at constant temperature. This graph is called adsorption isotherm. It can be understood from the graph that as pressure increases, the x by m ratio, that is the rate of adsorption, increases at constant temperature and reaches a particular value. At constant temperature, the extent of adsorption of a gas on a given solid increases with increase in pressure. This can be explained on the basis of Le Chatelier principle. According to Le Chatelier principle, whenever a change in pressure, temperature or concentration is applied to a system at equilibrium, the system will readjust itself to nullify the effect of that change. So when the pressure of the gas is increased, the system will tend to nullify the effect of that change by favoring adsorption of more gas molecules on the adsorbent surface. From the graph, it is seen that the x by m ratio eventually reaches a maximum value at certain value of pressure. This pressure value is called the saturation pressure. And beyond the saturation pressure value, the x by m ratio, that is the adsorption ratio, is independent of pressure. That is, it goes parallel to that of the pressure axis. This state is called the saturation state, and the pressure value, the corresponding pressure value is called saturation pressure at that constant temperature at which the experiment takes place. The saturation state corresponds to the equilibrium state in which all the available sites for adsorption are occupied by the gas molecules. All the available sites of the adsorbent surface are occupied by the gas molecules, so that if we further increase the pressure, nothing can happen to the system. And thus, the X/M ratio is independent of pressure beyond the saturation value. Below the saturation value, the X/M ratio increases with increase in pressure at constant temperature. This is adsorption isotherm. Next factor is temperature. The influence of temperature on adsorption is studied at constant pressure. So the process occurring at constant pressure is called an isobaric process. So what is an adsorption isobar? An adsorption isobar is a curve showing the variation of the extent of adsorption with temperature at constant pressure. So in isotherm we have plotted X/M ratio against pressure, and the process takes place at constant temperature. In adsorption isobar we plot X/M ratio against temperature at constant pressure of the system. The graph shows the adsorption isobar of physisorption process. So what happens in a physisorption process? In a physisorption process, as temperature increases, the X/M ratio decreases. It is depicted in the graph. This can be explained again on the basis of Le Chatelier principle, because adsorption is an exothermic process. In the case of physisorption, at lower temperatures, the thermal energy of the adsorbate gas molecules is less, so that large number of molecules are held on the adsorbent surface. That is, the extent of adsorption will be greater at lower temperature. It is understood from the graph. As the temperature increases, the gas molecules will acquire more and more thermal energy, which enables them to desorb from the surface of adsorbent. That is, the extent of adsorption decreases with increase in temperature. So as the temperature increases, the rate of adsorption decreases. This is for a physisorption process. In the case of chemisorption, there is an initial increase in the rate of adsorption with temperature, and then a decrease as in the case of physisorption. So the initial increase can be explained on the basis of the requirement of activation energy for a chemisorption process. As in an ordinary chemical reaction, it requires activation energy, that is, a particular temperature is needed for the molecules to get activated so that the reaction can take place. So as chemisorption is a chemical process, there is an initial increase in the X/M ratio with temperature because of as the system acquires activation energy for the process to take place. And after that, there is a decline in the X/M ratio with temperature is observed, similar to that of physisorption. So the two graphs are very different, and the first graph represents the isobar of physisorption process, and the second graph represents the isobar of a chemisorption process. So the difference in influence of temperature on physisorption and chemisorption process can be used to distinguish the two processes. So we will plot the X/M ratio against temperature for a given process, and if the graph follows this shape, it can be a physisorption process, and if the graph is of this kind of shape, it shows a initial increase and reaches a maximum value and then decrease, then it can be a chemisorption process.